Dr. Justin Rose and myself have a clear vision and mission, and that's to make North Carolina the leader in the ethical and appropriate and profitable use of AI, from the smallest business to the communities, the towns, and larger companies as well.
North Carolina is uniquely positioned in AI. We have a very strong, versatile workforce. We have educational institutions like the community college system, the UNC system, specifically Duke. We have a ton of subject matter experts, you and I included, that are passionate about it. We want to see North Carolina thrive in this market. And of course, the North Carolina leadership wants to see that. We have responsible use policies in place, and we're really big on promoting new business into North Carolina. So it just makes sense for us to really lead the way.
And why is it important for North Carolina to focus on it now?
Well, we just have such great partnerships. We have, I believe, OpenAI, Google, Amazon. We have these existing partnerships already with these companies that are leading the way. Again, we're a top rated state for business. North Carolina has always led the way in being open to business. And really, that's anything from manufacturing to textiles to our coast and seafood. We just have such a beautiful and rich ecosystem with business, as you said, from small business to corporate. And it just makes sense. Really, with how we're leading in the nation in business and GDP and what the innovation like Research Triangle Park, why wouldn't we want to lead with artificial intelligence as well? People look at AI as being a Western thing, West Coast, Silicon Valley, California, but I think we just have as much capability and potential here in North Carolina as well to lead the East.
And Justin, we already have proven, teaching from Murphy to Manio, how basic skills with ethics, a small business, a town, a community can use these tools and clearly have a competitive advantage. Not only that, be ready, because we're going to get more and more people picking up their phone and talking to a large language model and wanting to find out what town to go to, what events to do. And we've tapped into this, and it's so exciting to see when a small town looks at it and realize I can be more efficient. I'm a one person show. I'm wearing multiple hats. Now I can operate as though I have a team of people, and how to do it correctly, safely, ethically, and in a way that allows them to scale.
That's right. And Martin, you have such a passion for really transforming communities and towns. And since the time I've worked with you, it's been inspiring to see how you'll go in before a class and the whole town will follow you into a session because you tell them, you give them the value, you pique their curiosity. And what happens is it doesn't stop at the workshop. I've literally seen you walk into towns and really transform how small business operates there. And, one thing that I'm really proud of in the time we've worked together and working with different clients is when we say we want to save, 10 to 15 hours, get that back to the business owner, we do it. And we've seen time after time where we've worked with small business and government entities where we go in, we not only just teach them how to use AI, but how to apply AI. And we hear back from people we worked with that says, look, I've saved a whole day, maybe even 2 days off of my workload to where now I can actually pursue why I got into business, why I got into government. And it's really transforming and really you kind of see that spark come back alive in them. And that right there is really what fuels my passion for it. And I think what really makes North Carolina unique because no matter what industry you walk into, people are passionate about what they do. There's a reason they got into it. And there's just such a vibrant spirit throughout North Carolina that really makes it stand out compared to other places I've been.
Yeah, let's talk about a few examples. Like one department of safety saved a day or two of work of being able to start mapping out an emergency plan which of course we talked about keep the human in the loop. They then verified. It was so exciting to hear them get their boss on the line, and they're this is going to save me a day or two of work. That's one of the examples. And then the trades, we've also specialized. We've worked on the trades. We've worked on nonprofits, training that goes into expediting grant writing as well.
And with trades, I came out of the trades. I grew up in the trades, and so of course I have a heart for that. And it really is what moves North Carolina and really the nation forward, are trades. We can't forget about them. And what is really interesting to me is not so much the benefit that AI has had in workflows and expediting work and making things more efficient, but the generational impact where, especially in your rural areas where business owners, maybe some of the older business owners who are getting ready to pass the business down, still like to have paper in their hand. And I've been able to work with, family business. And by the time I'm able to walk away from the consultation, you see multiple generations really passionate and curious about it and seeing how it can benefit, to where even though maybe an older generation may not particularly be into prompt engineering, the fact that you see them on their phone asking questions and kind of gauging it against their knowledge, it's really neat to see, because it's really opening their mind to possibilities when most people wouldn't consider that to be a possibility. Somebody stuck in the old ways. But what's amazing there is you have that depth of knowledge. I mean, 40, 50 years of knowledge there, that a new door's been opened, and that enriches the company so much, because then they can join that with other generations in that company, and the knowledge paired with AI, it's amazing to see what it does in some of these electrical, plumbing, HVAC companies, and how they really take it up to the next level.
It's so exciting when they understand what it can do, that I can talk to it. I can speak to my data and get information back. And we show them it has capabilities that they didn't even know to ask for. And now they're going to be more effective in what they do. And that's the greatest thing, from someone who wants to do research, caring about their town, writing a blog, and then we showed them how to do a rough draft and then do it in their voice. I remember that was one of the early ones. He goes, "This is in my voice, and it's a little better edited than me." But this is going to save me so much time. And then we make sure she says, verify this, check and verify. Don't just trust it directly. And how to be able to test it and understand where the breakdowns are, how they can start testing it in their own situation.
And you hit the nail on the head. Something I really enjoy about the team, between you and I and the team we work with, is that there's such a diversity in the experience. I mean, your work with IBM, your work with being a success coach, mine coming from the trades and a variety of customer service related professions. It's interesting, because what it allows us to do is come together and really find out what AI can do, and then apply it to such a vast range that we really enjoy just pushing it until it breaks, seeing where it can fit. And that's been beneficial for our team, because we've been able to help such a diverse population, diverse amount of business and industry, that we've really been able to capitalize on that and really apply it toward our mission for North Carolina. And that, as I said earlier, it's such a diverse industry from the mountains to the coast. And we've been from Murphy to Manio. We've seen all these different industries. It's a passion of mine to build a team, whether we're in competition or we're in collaboration, as you like to say. I think, what's the term you use?
Co-opetition. That's basically
Co-opetition.
where we both appear to be in competition, but we find ways to work together. And we're open to that, to anyone's willing to play and work with us as well.
And see, that's great, because that's what's really having teams that work in different applications but can come together for a greater goal. That's something we've seen time and time again across North Carolina, and I'm very proud of with our state. And that's what we're looking for. We want to work with the individuals who work alongside us, who work in different applications than we do, and the same to build that team statewide that really can steer industry and business toward this new future and the future of work with the emerging tech. Because, as you know, it's not going to stop at AI. We have augmented reality, which we're working with in some tech and applications that we need to be ready for, and it's always going to change. But the fact is we just have such a rich resource outside of the geographical nature of North Carolina, but it's people that I think you and I really believe in. That's the team we want to bring together with whoever wants to contribute to this to really push North Carolina to the top of the race in a nation as far as, again, the ethical, responsible, and profitable application of AI.
The key thing to understand is it's sort of like the printing press just rolled out and we're all scribes. And we all need to get up to speed. Or to use a great analogy, notice the surfboard in his background.
Hmm.
It's like the whole ocean has changed and the way we surf is different. And we need to not try to control the ocean, but teach people how to surf in these new waves.
Absolutely. And what we do see sometimes is there's still a lot of people afraid of the water. They don't want to get in. And I'm not saying we need to jump into a hurricane swell right out the gate, but maybe some baby waves to get started. And that's where we've been. We've really honed our skills to where whether it's, 2 foot or 15 footers out there, we're comfortable surfing and we're really willing and excited to meet whoever's in the lineup. So I love that analogy because it really does communicate what our mission is.
Why are we qualified? Well, let me challenge you all to pick up your phone, go to ChatGPT and ask, what do you know about Dr. Justin Rose and Martin Brossman related to AI? And I think you'll see why we're qualified for it. Or Google my name, look up our content. There's plenty. You can just put in Dr. Justin Rose and Martin Brossman with AI in Google or YouTube or LinkedIn. And I think you'll see we have the chops to do it, from breaking it down to the smallest components to move up to people that are power users and they're looking at using agents and much more in ethical and effective ways. Not only that, making sure that our schools are in action. Our community colleges, this is the time to move forward and have a fierce competitive advantage. But if they don't understand and they don't create the rules and they don't create the policies, just like towns, you've helped towns create ethical policies and AI policies. This is the time to move. This is the time to be ready and empower employees and students so that they are more effective. This is Martin Brossman and
Dr. Justin Rose.
Check out the content below. And if you're interested in working with us, there's plenty of information and how to contact us through my assistant, Colleen at martinbrossman.com. Check the content below, click subscribe to the bell, and have a fantastic day.